Evolution of foundations of management theories. So we're going to look at the various theories that have been prescribed by theory or by research as far as management is concerned. Now, what are the things that you would look at as management? Management of a process, management as a top level part of an organization, or management as a field of study. These are the three things that we have looked at in the first chapter. Now we're going to look at the different theories that have evolved over a period of time in management, and the concepts, how they have changed, and how people have criticized or how people have formed theories over the period of years. Now, why is it that we're going to look at this as a concept? Now, humans have been a part of a group, a society, and in an organization also, individuals are a part of a group, and hence it is important that community or group life be analyzed. Even in an organization, if you've got 100 people, we have 100 individuals and also 100 people as a group, and that's why we need to understand how these people behave and how to manage them better and things like that. And we're going to look at initially how the process of management was not considering the human aspect, and today how the human aspect itself has evolved to be one of the core concepts of management itself, as in human resource management. So it is important that we understand two things: whether you're a part of an organization which is social or a part of an organization which is economic, we are a part of some form of organization. If you look at what the social organization is, it could be a college, it could be a university, it could be a school, it could be even a family or a society. If you look at the economic thing, it could be a part of a company or a part of a professional body or a council. So these are things that are a significant part in our life, and hence a human being or an individual is a part of some form of organization or even organizations. Now, classical theory. What does the word classical mean to you? Classical means long accepted, or something that is a classic. Have you heard of the movies which they refer to as classics? All-time classics. Some of the great movies made over the period of time are considered as classic or accepted to be a really good movie. So same way, classical approach is basically saying that this is what we've been doing for a long time, and these are the accepted standards, and hence we will continue to do them. So that is what classical theory says. And it also says that in an organization, what is existent or what is most critical is nothing but formal communication or formal structure. So you have a formal structure, you have a formal form of instruction and a formal communication, hence you can achieve things. Now, what are the things that you would assume that drive people? Here they say people are driven by economic considerations. So let's go back to the industrial era, when you had a lot of scarcity for resources, for daily wages and things like that. Here a lot of people were just driven by, what am I going to get today? What am I going to get paid for working 10 days? Hence this theory said all that people are bothered about is only money. So you pay them certain money, they do well. If you increase the pay, they are motivated to do better. Hence driven by economic consideration. Two streams. One is the scientific management, the other is the administrative stream. Now, scientific management has a strong relation to Mr. Frederick Taylor, or F.W. Taylor, who came up with the concept of scientific management itself. What did he say? He said, if in an organization you have different types of jobs, you classify them, give people clear instructions, make it routine, let them do it over and over again, and look at an organization as individuals working in groups. Focus more on individuals, try and improve the efficiency, and hence you will have a better productivity and better efficiency. But what is the problem with this kind of structure or this kind of approach is the fact that here humans are considered as more of mechanistic beings, where they would like to do the same thing over and over again. But in reality, is that true? If I was asking you to do the same job for 10 or 15 years, would you find it interesting? Would you find it motivating? Actually, no. But according to this theory, it was all about doing the same thing over and over again, getting the right people in the right place, and driving efficiency by giving clear instructions, telling people beforehand what they have to do. The other was actually the administrative stream, which was based on Fayol's concept, which said some of the important things are in the form of certain principles which management has to sort of adopt to actually drive efficiency and effectiveness. So both the streams in the sense were classical in its approach, more towards the industrial era, and hence these were things that were accepted for a long time. So what are the things that you would, or what are the characteristics of classical theory? I would say division of labor. So if you have given task, you just divide it in terms of number of people. So this person does this person does the other thing, and this person completes a job. So if there's a call handling service, what do? You have a person handling the calls, you have a person who is listening to the calls and analyzing the quality, you have a person who is managing the whole process, and you have a person who is above all these things controlling the whole different cells within the call center service. So that is division of labor, scalar and functional processes. So you have both the vertical and the horizontal processes, then you have the structure, and this is something that is critical with the classical theory, rigid structure. So instructions came from the top and they flowed downwards, and most of the organizations had tall structures. Span of control, how many people can you control as a manager? You cannot control infinite number of people, so they gave a certain limit. So that's something that, those are some of the key characteristics of classical theory. Principles of organizations under classical theory. So here they developed certain principles of organization for guidance. Hence you had certain things which said these are the principles that you use for management. So quality, or efficiency, division of labor, you use different principles to actually implement classical theory. What are the criticisms? He said it was mechanistic in nature, it was rigid, it was bureaucratic, and also the fact that it did not consider the human aspect of work. It considered humans to be machines or people who like to do repeated work. Hence this began to lose certain amount of its value as time progressed. And look at the factors. One, you have is a human factor, it's been neglected. Then there is bureaucratic behavior, and certain assumptions were unrealistic. So some of the assumptions that they made, that human beings would be tempted only by monetary terms and not by the fact that there are intangible things that motivate them as well, had been put to test and they failed. Hence these are some of the things that did not work in the classical theory. Now what did we have next? We had the neoclassical approach. What happened here? Here the human aspect was brought into the concept of management, considering that humans worked as a group. Hence group behavior was critical. Humans were motivated not just by money, they were motivated by reputation, motivated by a sense of pride, motivated by things that were not just tangible. Hence this is what neoclassical approach said. So this studied basically the human behavior at work, that was critical. And the other fact was that it wasn't just the economic or the monetary benefits, it was also about the social and the technical terms which defined human behavior. And social behavior also, or group behavior, was given a lot of importance. For example, if you go to an organization where you have unions, where you have a lot of people working for daily wages, you see that wages, yes, they do play an important role, but there are certain things within the group itself which could determine their attitude towards work. So if there is a general sense of frustration due to something that is happening outside the society, that could be reflected in their work, which is not related to monetary or payment. Hence you have what is called as the idea of social behavior or group behavior, which gains a lot of importance.